Hey, what's going on, 8th graders? This is going to be a quick video on how to create a maze and the coding that goes with it. And so the two objectives I want you to pick out of this are one, work on creating your backdrops, and two, just the simple coding that goes with creating your coding for your sprite. So first thing I'm going to do is click on create. So this will bring me into my main creation page. And let me remind you that this screen right here is what the actual computer is going to look like in the main view. These are all of our blocks we can use to code, and this is where I put my codes to code my sprite. First thing I want to do is retitle this maze, and then I'm going to click on File, Save Now. So it's saved, and when you do that, File, Save Now, usually it'll pop up saved. I'll get back to that if it's not working. Anyway, maze. So the next step I want to do is get rid of this cat. So anyway, there it goes, saved. Click on my scissors, delete, cat's gone. Step one, I need to create my maze. So two things, you can either create a sprite or you can create a backdrop. We're going to create a backdrop, not a sprite. So you shouldn't have anything showing up in this box here. One thing I want to point out, if for whatever reason you don't have these icons on your computer, if you click on this arrow right there, it shrinks everything up a little bit and it's easier to click on. So here's my window on how I can create my sprite. Here are my tools. I have paintbrush, and for the sake of this, let's use red. I can just draw whatever I want. I have my line tool. I can just make lines. I have a box tool. So here, this box is like the outline of a box. I personally prefer a filled-in box, but gives you the option of each. Oval, same thing. Text box. Fill, so it fills the whole object with the color. Erase, select, and duplicate. So right now, the first thing I'm going to do is just create a little box, and this is going to be my start box. So there's my box. Click on text. And right now my text is red. I need to change that to black. Click back up there. Start. There's my start. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my lines, and again, right now they're black. I'm going to switch it to blue. You can also change your line thickness down here, make it a little bit thicker. Now, just for the sake of this, I'm going to create a very simple maze. I'll give you time to make a little bit harder one if you so choose. Okay, so there's my very simple maze. So that's my start. I'm going to make a oval here for my finish. Let's make it orange right there. And I'm just going to go text box, switch to black, finish. So as you're watching this, if you think you're like, oh my gosh, Mr. B, you're going too fast, I would encourage you to rewatch the parts of the video and then start and stop the video. So like, make your start box. Watch the next step on how to make the maze. Pause the video. Go back, make your maze. Pause the video. Watch the video to see how you made the finish. Make your own finish. So pause this video as needed and repeat what you need. So anyway, I have my start, I have my finish. My backdrop is done. Up here, I'm going to change this right here, which says backdrop 2 to level 1. So that's my title right there. And this extra backdrop, I'm actually going to delete it because I don't need it right now. So I have my level 1 ready to go. Next, I need to put in a sprite or a character to move around. I'm going to go with this beetle. And right now he's right there. I'm just going to move him up there. That's where I want him to start. And I'm going to shrink him down. So remember, your shrink is right here. Okay, so here's my coding keys. It might look like this if yours isn't full screen. So the shrink is normally above like the flag and the stop sign. It's right up there, but my view is a little smaller. Shrink. And that's probably small enough. Now, one thing. Here's my coding right here. So this is what I'm going to add my coding to, my beetle, which matches right there. This sprite right here, I'm actually just going to delete it. I don't even know what that is. It's extra. So beetle, and the current location of my beetle is x, -194, y, 123. So every time I click the flag, I want him to start right there. So I'm going to go to event. When flag is clicked, motion, go to negative 194 y, or x, y 123, which matches that right there. Now, so if I move my bug, click on the flag, it always goes back to the start. Next, I want to be able to use my arrow keys to move him around. So I'm going to go back to event, and this is going to be my input to the computer. So I'm going to go when space key is pressed, and actually change that to up arrow. What I want him to do is point up, so up arrow, 0 degrees or up, and I want him to move 10 steps. So now each time I press up, he moves up. What I want to do is make a duplicate of that. 1, 2, 3 times for up arrow, and I'm going to change this to down arrow. 180 is down. Right arrow, or 90 degrees, and left arrow, or negative 190 degrees. So right now my bug is coded to move up, down, left, right. Problem, and what makes this the world's worst maze right now, is I can just crawl through the maze. So the last step I want you to do is we're going to go back to event and go when the flag is clicked. And this is going to be brand new coding right here. So I'm going to click on control, and I want to go if, so right now when the flag is clicked, if my bug something, then I want it to happen. So if he touches blue, so if sensing touching color blue, so if touching color blue, then I want him to move negative 10 steps. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to show you real quick. Let's say that that wasn't blue, it was orange. So if it says if touching color orange, then move negative 10 steps. Well, it's never going to touch that color because I got it from over here. If you click on the color square, it turns into like a little finger. And so just click it one time. So I just clicked it once, turns into the finger. Anything that it's over, I can pick up that color. So I'm just going to come over here and pick up this color blue to make sure I have the right color blue. Move negative 10 steps. So when I click on my flag, and I'm going to tell you right now it's not going to work, just crawl right through it. And the reason is because I want that to happen forever. So when the flag is clicked, forever, if touching color blue, then move negative 10 steps. So click there, and now it bounces. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a real basic introduction to making the maze. So here are the codes. Remember, when flag is clicked, all these brown ones are in events, more events. These yellow orangish ones are under control, and these blue ones are under motion. The last one right here, touching color, that's under sensing. One thing I will point out, with this, all these codes right here, notice they have this little hexagon in here. Under sensing, these are hexagon blocks. They have to go in a hexagon like that. They can't just, they won't click in underneath. You have to go hexagon, add it in. So, when the flag is clicked, forever, if touching color blue, then move negative 10 steps. Alright, that's it. Good luck. Rewatch this, watch steps as you need them. I will also be available for help, but this is what we're looking for today.